The last time Louisville beat Alabama was the Fiesta Bowl in 1991, and tonight probably a taller task. You cannot give Georgia Tech any extra yards and keep that football, because that's what they want to do. Now, as you can tell, I had way too much fun on this story. Aaliyah just has this love for life that's incredible. The importance of this project goes beyond the fields. The location was crucial. By placing this complex along 9th Street. When I talked to Jeff Walls after the game, he said, of course, some big plays were missed. We made some good plays as well. This loss does not define our season. Archery is all about rhythm.
I take my bow and I take a deep breath in and out.
Staying calm, cool, collected.
And then I picture myself shooting a perfect bullseye just in order to get everything going in a good routine.
It's the same steps, the same way, every time. And Faith Oakley has that same strategy.
With archery, you focus on one thing and one thing only.
It's just she has to do things differently than everyone else.
And then I put the mouth tab on my back teeth, on my molars, and then I hold it there for about 2 seconds. Then I take another breath, and then I pull back, and I hold it at my aim point for about 3 seconds, and then I let go.
Shooting the bow the way I do and watching her do it is just like biting down with her teeth, and I was just astounded. It was just amazing.
A lot of people are like, wow, she shoots with one arm. It's like, no, I just shoot archery. You know, I don't look at it anyway. It's not any harder, it's not any easier. It's just, at the end of the day, if you put the work into it, you're going to be a good shot.
And that's an attitude that has been instilled in Faith from the time she was born, when she lost the use of her right arm.
When I was born, I ended up getting injured, and it ended up paralyzing this arm. It was a brachial plexus injury, so the nerves on my spinal cord connected to my brachial plexus in my arm completely separated.
It was terrible because it was caused at birth. She wasn't that way inside me. It was caused at birth, and it was an accident.
Faith has had multiple nerve transplant surgeries to gain some feeling in her arm, but there was nothing more that could be done.
We had hoped that the nerves were just stretched and that they would heal themselves, but it was a complete revulsion.
The challenge itself isn't being different, it's having other people perceive me as being different. I don't believe that I have it any harder than anyone else because I've dealt with it all my life.
Never expected archery either. Matter of fact, I tried to kind of deter her away from that because I felt like it was probably something that she couldn't do. Boy, was I wrong.
I don't like it when people tell me I can't do something. So whenever someone's like, oh, I don't know if you can do that, you don't have enough hands or whatever, like, try me, because I will find a way.
Now Faith is using archery to find her way to higher education and maybe beyond.
All the colleges in Kentucky who offer scholarships have made contact. It's pretty cool, she can pay for her education, shooting bow and arrow.
I'm looking forward to shooting archery in college and hopefully going to the Paralympics or even the Olympics one day. At the end of the day, it's just me and the target. As long as I'm hitting that bullseye, I'm okay.
It absolutely was, Ken. I mean, and that's one thing Coach Jeff Wall said was this group just never stopped fighting, particularly Sam Furing, and the frustration on her face evident throughout the whole game. And we'll get to that in a minute. But first, the big question a lot of people had after the game had to do with that big Rashonda Johnson three-point shot. Louisville was up 3. They had the game with seconds left. And so the question is, do you not or do you foul before the three-point shot?
We were looking to do that, but at the same time, Tierra McCown had 25 rebounds. So, we were trying to foul early with about 9 or 10 there on the clock.
We wanted to switch everything, make sure they didn't get a 3 and just a layup, but, communication wasn't right.
Did the technical kind of show the frustration of the night?
Well, I'd slap the floor too. I mean, like, golly, again, if she said something derogatory to the officials, fine. But I sit here and, as I said before, I used to watch Duke men's play over and over and over, and they'd slap the floor and yell defense.
Kent, that was kind of the sentiment in the locker room from a lot of the Louisville women. Just the calls just did not go their way, whether they said it was fair or not. they just didn't go their way. Now, for inquiring minds who want to know, right now, inside the arena behind me, Connecticut is up 1 on Notre Dame. Technically, the Louisville Cardinals and Kentucky Wildcats were playing for the same thing today, the Governor's Cup. But in reality, they were playing for two very different things. For Kentucky, a 9-win season on the line and increasing their bowl game selection stock. For Louisville, pride, spoiling their arch rivals' best season since the 70s. And it was senior night for the Cardinals, so there was all the pomp and circumstance. And Howard Schnellenberger in the house for this one. And the Cats came out quickly with a mission. Benny Snell out of the Wildcat formation runs it in from 7 yards out. That opens the scoring. Snell 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns in this one. Kentucky stayed on the ground early on. Just 7 minutes later, Terry Wilson on the QB keeper makes it 14-0 Cats. And it looked like Louisville was going to get blown out early, but Malik Cunningham had other ideas. The freshman getting the start tonight, non-play action, can't find anything, so he takes off. And 75 yards later, that's a Louisville touchdown. The lead is cut in half. But then we saw why Wilson is called Touchdown Terry. 4 minutes until halftime, Wilson improvised a little bit, and well, that's a good decision because check out how wide open Lynn Bowden Jr. is in the end zone. 2 open. Kentucky wasn't going to run this one out either before halftime. 31 seconds to play until the break. Wilson and Bowden hook up again to make it 35-10 Cats. Wilson, 340 total yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He's your game MVP. This was a blowout. Cats get that 9-win season, and they crush Louisville 56-10.
Gizmo, my dog. Pizza!
Aaliyah Clyburn has many of the same concerns of most high school girls.
Is my lip shimmering?
But being a little person, Aaliyah also has many challenges that most high school girls couldn't imagine.
Can't reach the top shelf, so. But it's just like, you know, being different and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to make friends and stuff like that, but like eventually you got to deal with it.
We actually noticed it in her older sister first, and once we noticed it in her older sister, then they were able to see that Aaliyah would also have the same dwarfism. But we always let them know they can do anything anybody else can do. We never treated them like it was a disability.
1, 3.
She might be small in stature, but Aaliyah's personality explodes out of her and can fill an entire room.
She has an attitude bigger than anything.
So cheerleading seemed like a natural fit, but Aaliyah quickly learned if she wanted to be on a team, she needed to learn to tumble. Like everything else she's faced, Aaliyah took on the challenge with a smile.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And within a few months, she was tumbling like crazy.
It's only been 2 years since I've learned, and I remember when I first got a back handspring, the next week I got a round off back handspring, and then the next week I got a round off back handspring tuck. I really like tumbling and challenging myself.
You take Rose.
In just a few months on the Fern Creek Cheer Squad, Aaliyah has already made a mark.
When they've kind of fallen apart, she's the leader that picks them up, and whether she's known them a long time or a very short period, like we love her like she's been with us for years.
But despite her talent and obvious positivity, Aaliyah still has to deal with the negativity that comes with being different. Just a few weeks ago at a cheerleading competition, one of the competitors posted a video to her social media page making fun of Aaliyah's size.
So as a parent, it's very, very hurtful. One thing I can say about Aaliyah, she doesn't let anything get her down.
I'm just really comfortable with myself now. I'm me. There's nothing gonna change about me, so you might as well just get over it. I just really think that I've came a long way with like accepting myself and like being a better cheerleader and stuff like that.
Now, as you can tell, I had way too much fun on this story. Aaliyah just has this love for life that's incredible, and now that she has that confidence, swagger, whatever you want to call it, she's thinking about the future and has dreams of cheering in college. Best of luck to her.